Coming to the first stanza of the poem, it reads, besides his heavy-shouldered team, thirsty with drought and chilled with rain, he weathered all the striding years till they ran widdershins in his brain. Now in this stanza, it begins with besides. And as I said that this bullock driver is an individual. There is no one who is accompanying him. Here, who is accompanying him? In the very first verse, we get idea about them. As it says, besides his heavy-shouldered team. Now, when he's referring to the team, he's saying they were heavy-shouldered. Who were they? They were bulls. They were bulls, and bulls usually have heavy shoulders. So he had a team of bulls, and those bulls were thirsty. They were thirsty, as he says, they were thirsty with drought and chilled with rain, which means that they had suffered in every season, where it was hot or it was cool. In hot weather, they would face drought and they would be thirsty, and when it rains, they will feel chilled because they are not having all the facilities that a modern man is having. So these ancient men, those who were founders of the civilization, weren't having all these leisures that we are having in the contemporary era. They had to face the wrath of the nature, whether it were the heat waves or whether it were the chilly waves. They had to face both of them, and none of the seasons was good for them, was the one that would bring ease to them, calmness to them, joy to them, serenity to them. These things were not known to those people, as is the case with this bullock driver. Neither is there any peace with him nor with those bulls that he is carrying. He weathered all the striding years. What would he do? He lived a life full of struggles, full of troubles, and he overcame all those obstacles, all those problems, all those sufferings which nature threw upon him, in order to make this land inhabitable, in order to make this land a better place to live. He weathered throughout till they ran widdershins in his brain. Widdershins is a word which means going back in time, or anti-clockwise, till he started remembering about the old days. Now the time has passed by, he has come through the years, and suddenly he starts thinking about it. He starts going back, he starts moving anti-clockwise. Now once he does this, what does he see, or what does he say, or what happens later? Let's come to stanza 2. Till the long solitary tracks etched deeper with each lurking road were populous before his eyes, and fiend and angels used his road. Solitary tracks. Which were the solitary tracks? Those tracks, those paths which were used by this bullock driver, the driver of this bullock cart. Now, till it came to this day, these things changed. And what changed? Suddenly, these solitary tracks turned into long roads. Now, what we are having? We are having a shift from the past to present. We are in the present, and in the present day, we are not having the Australia of those old times when these pioneers were there. But suddenly, we are having a place which is where the tracks which were used by the bulls driving the cart are being replaced by the roads driven by the cars, or on which the cars drive. And secondly, were populous before his eyes. This whole island became populous. Population grew. And now Australia is not a place where you have one bullock cart driver. Now we have population in millions. And who are these people? He sees this overcrowding of population in front of his eyes, before his eyes. He sees, and fiends and angels used his road. What he saw? That the road which was used by this bullock cart driver ages ago is now used by millions of men, and these men are of variety of nature. There are some who are satanic in nature, there are some who are angelic in nature, which means that those tracks, those roads are being now trodden by good as well as bad men. So now we have created a society which consists of both good and bad people. Now these are the things which now this pioneer, this bullock cart driver sees in front of him. Or it was he who came first here, struggled for a long time, struggled for years, and his struggle of years made this land habitable or inhabitable, and now this place is becoming a center of the modern civilization where old tracks are being replaced by the roads, and those sparsely populated villages are being replaced by people living, millions of people living in cities. So villages get converted into the cities.